honesty, squeezing all the things I could say about Montgomery County Community College and all the things that have gone alongside it down to this one speech was quite an assignment of its own. I sat at my computer for a long time, staring at the screen for most of it, trying to put together a nice mix of my own experiences, remarks about the college and all of you. I have an index card on each and every one of you, by the way. We just don't have time for that. And a few words of wisdom for the future, although being the youngest student graduating, I'm not quite sure how many of you actually want to hear me talk about words of wisdom, so I'll leave most of that for the next speaker. The tedious part was replacing each time I wanted to say this campus, as we are the first time in Montgomery County Community College history to not be held at Central Campus. But that is to be expected, as we're also the largest graduating class in the college's history with 1,303 students. To me, that is absolutely incredible. The transformation I've watched this college undergo the past few years, beyond a doubt, illustrates the commitment the faculty, staff, and administration behind the scenes have made to their students. And I think we should all take 10 seconds to give them a round of applause, because without them, we wouldn't be here today. When I first stepped foot on the Bluebell campus 6 years ago, there were merely 3 old main buildings in the quad, surrounded by open land and parking lots. 3 years later, when I turned 15 and transferred to this college, the Advanced Technology Center was being built, then the Fine Arts Center, the Black Box Theater and music facilities under the Science Center, the Children's Center, newly renovated Park House, and now soon to be renovated College Hall. I remember thinking so often, did the school win the lottery? I made it my mission to take classes in every building before I graduated, and after doing so and experiencing the different departments, I can't imagine a more exciting time to be a student or graduate at Montgomery County Community College than right now with everything the college offers. I was 14 years old my first day as a college student and transferred to Monco at 15. I was absolutely terrified. Not only was I not used to the environment, previously attending school online, but the youngest other person in my class was 5 years older than I. I've always been the type to claim a front row center seat in classes, and I could feel the stares. I knew I'd get through it. I've never backed down from a challenge. But although I breezed through high school, the bridge between high school and college in my mind was the Golden Gate. I'm sure most of you know what Park House is like the first day of the fall semester in the morning. Just picture Washington, D.C. on Obama's inauguration day, and you pretty much have it. At that point, I remember thinking, oh my God, what am I doing here? And just wanted to get through my classes and live through another day. But luckily, my first class snapped me out of it, and I really owe it to my first professor, who was Wayne Brew. Almost every class I've taken here has started off with either name, major, moving on, or syllabus, and away we go. But we had a little game we played. Each of us had to talk to the person next to us and learn about him or her, their hobbies, goals, history, and then introduce him or her to the class. My intro came as a shock to most of the class, being the youngest person at the college, but that little activity took 10 minutes, and afterward we at least knew everyone could speak, because I've been in classes where someone would literally not open their mouth the entire semester. People would come up to me and ask me more about my situation after that, being intrigued, and I started to feel like, hey, maybe I can be accepted here. This might just work out. From then on, I never passed up an opportunity that presented itself. The next class I took with Brew was an honors course with some students from the honors program. It was much more discussion-based than regular classes, which I loved, and we connected right away, sometimes going off tangent through discussions to the dismay of the teacher, which led me to joining the honors club, the first of 10 clubs I'm graduating as part of today. If it weren't for that fact, I know I would not be standing here today. There's been nothing more valuable to me about my education at Montgomery County Community College than my involvement and interaction with every one of you outside of the classroom. My presidency in the Honors Club sparked friendships with extraordinary individuals, and together we gave back to the campus and community through community service, field trips, and fundraisers. The leadership retreat with student government and other club presidents was one of the most impacting weekends I've had, and it brought me closer to many of them as we learned how to be leaders, how to listen, and how to speak. I remember us trekking through the woods in almost total darkness, not allowed to use flashlights, stepping in mud and enjoying the adventure. Although an incredibly fun weekend, I can still recall the Facebook posts describing their complete exhaustion and seeing a few of them sprawled out on the chairs in the ATC that Monday. My involvement in the productions of Love's Fire and the Caso de la Penagio with the Drama Club this year could be turned to a speech of its own. I don't think I've ever been part of a group so passionate about what they love and so determined to make it phenomenal. Those of you who made it to the show saw that dedication in action, and it just so happens we have the first student to graduate as a theater major, Krista Keene, walking with us today. And she can testify that hours upon hours of hard work were put into that performance to make it come alive. The dance and music programs always gave us a great show at the Performing Arts Showcases every semester. Our choir performed at the Philadelphia Phillies. The dance performance ensemble worked tirelessly throughout the year, choreographing spectacular pieces, one of which being accepted into Westchester University's Winter Dance Festival. Working on the Buzz Update and 5-day film festivals with Cap G was always a blast. Alternative spring breaks with ACE, Phi Theta Kappa inductions, international club events, a fresh issue of the Mont Gazette each month like clockwork, and Writers Club open mic nights are just a few of the long list of memories we have shared throughout these years. We also have an incredibly talented group of athletes, the Mustangs, who in addition to making us proud on the courts and fields, contribute in community service fundraising efforts such as the American Heart Association Walk and the Think Pink campaign, and every year continue to amaze us in their efforts and accomplishments. Once I became active on campus, instead of just leaving after classes, I couldn't stop. It became an addiction, but a positive one, and one that got me to this stage before you. All of these interactions were individual steps, creating a path that became my own personal yellow brick road leading me here. I'm in awe of the personal impact this experience has had on me. I'm no longer frightened or unsure of my abilities, potential, and contributions. I've learned how to succeed. I've learned how to make a difference in both my life and the lives of others. I've learned to have a voice and the importance of using it. I've learned how to listen to the voices of others and hear what they have to say, whether they share my perspective or not. I've discovered a strength within I believe will help me achieve these goals that this experience has helped clarify, and I owe it to the remarkable group of individuals being honored here today. So what I'd like to say to all of you sitting before me, whether you have a plan laid out for you, or you're thinking to yourself, what do I do now, is this. For none of us is this a final destination. Some of you may be transferring to continue your education elsewhere like myself. Some of you have earned a certificate and will be entering the workforce right away. Some of you may have even learned a new set of skills out of interest. Wherever your road takes you, know that you are never alone. Know that even in times of confusion, frustration, or uncertainty, there is always light to be found. Go to those you trust. Go to your loved ones. Go to those who are willing to trust you. Let's take a second and recognize with a round of applause the tremendous support given by our families and loved ones, many of whom are here with us today, who have helped make this day possible. And don't forget the friends you've made right here at the college. Friendships are made stronger through the realization that although we may be different, we all go through rough times, we all make mistakes, and none of us knows the answer to every problem. Wherever you end up, always make an effort to be an integral part of it. Join a club, form a study group, interact with others, lend a helping hand. Give 110% wherever possible because it will come back to you. And believe me, those around you will benefit from your involvement. No gesture, no matter how small, goes unnoticed, and the impacts we make in the lives of others will touch us in return. I have no greater satisfaction right now than knowing that I was a part of this school. I'm a better person because of this, and I believe this campus is better because of me. We have given and taken, and as often as is the case when efforts are combined, our sum is much greater than our individual efforts. I ask that you take what you learned for this endeavor and face whatever future challenges life may hold with the confidence and perseverance to go forward and create your own path without hesitation or reservation. Let us embrace our future as the adventure it is, knowing our experience here has helped prepare us for whatever lies ahead. Let us dream big and dream boldly. I have no doubt that each and every one of us now has the skills and the ability to turn our dreams into futures. Let us keep the passion, intensity, and pride we feel today, and from this day forward, remember that no dream is too big for a passionate heart and learning mind. Our futures were waiting, and we're not being graded this time. Congratulations, Montgomery County Community College class of 2010, and good luck to you all. Thank you so much.